Emojis seem simple. Tiny symbols, harmless little drawings, meant to make conversations more fun. But behind the scenes, emojis control tone, emotion, and meaning more powerfully than most people realize. Some emojis change the entire intention of a message. Some accidentally insult people. Some signal things you didn't even know you were saying. And some are walking, blinking disasters you should absolutely never use unless you're ready for chaos. Today, we're counting down the top 10 emojis you should never use, and why. Let's begin. 10. The upside-down smiley. The silent threat. At first glance, the upside-down smiley looks goofy, playful, maybe even a little ironic. But that's exactly what makes it dangerous. It's impossible to interpret correctly. It can mean sarcasm, passive aggression, embarrassment, resignation, annoyance, or I'm pretending to be fine but really I'm not. It's a social landmine. If you send this emoji, the other person will spend the next 5 minutes trying to decode what emotional state you were in. It's the emoji equivalent of someone smiling while flipping the table internally. It creates confusion, mistrust, and the feeling that something is definitely wrong. And once you send it, the conversation never feels normal again. 9. The skull. Comedy or catastrophe? The skull used to symbolize death, danger, and pirates. Now it means, I'm laughing so hard I died. But not everyone got the memo. Some people see the skull and assume you're making an extreme joke. Others think you're laughing. Others think you're threatening them. And some just panic. Its meaning changes completely depending on age group, culture, and platform. So sending is like tossing a mysterious potion into the chat and hoping for the best. Will they laugh with you? Cry? Think you're threatening them? There's no way to know. 8. The eggplant. The social disaster. You already know why this emoji is here. The eggplant emoji has lost all innocence. It no longer represents food. It no longer represents vegetables. It represents, well, something else entirely. And unless you're intentionally trying to send that message, using it will derail your conversation instantly. What makes it dangerous is how aggressively misunderstood it is. You could be talking about cooking dinner, gardening, or your favorite vegetarian recipe, and suddenly you've entered a completely different category of conversation. The eggplant demands attention whether you like it or not. It takes harmless messages and turns them scandalous. 7. The eyes. The silent observation. The eyes emoji seems simple. 2 little eyes looking sideways. But it's one of the most loaded emojis in digital communication. Depending on context, it can mean, I see you, I'm watching, I'm suspicious, I'm flirting, I'm judging, spill the gossip, or explain yourself. It's a shapeshifter, an emoji that changes personality in every conversation. The eyes emoji pulls people out of their comfort zone. If you send it, the other person immediately wonders what you know, what you saw, or what they did. Its power is silent tension, the kind that keeps people refreshing the chat waiting for your next message. 6. The fire emoji. The backfiring compliment. The fire emoji should be simple. It means cool, awesome, amazing, iconic, or on fire. But the problem is that it's too intense for casual use. Sending can come across as overly enthusiastic, too flirty, too confident, or too bold. It turns normal messages into dramatic statements. Say someone sends a selfie. If you reply with, you might accidentally cross a boundary you didn't mean to cross. If someone shares news and you respond with, they might think you're exaggerating. The fire emoji turns low-energy conversations into high-pressure ones. It raises stakes unintentionally, which makes it way more dangerous than it looks. 5. The crying laugh emoji, the outdated relic, believe it or not. This emoji used to dominate the internet. But now, for many younger people, is considered outdated, corporate, or even cringe. They see it as the emoji adults use when trying too hard. The biggest danger? It reveals your age, your vibe, and a lot more than you intended. If you use the laughing emoji in the wrong group chat, you instantly become the parent in the room. People may assume you're being sarcastic, or they think you're not actually finding something funny. Younger generations prefer, or... Meanwhile, older users hold on to, with pride. This emoji creates a generational divide so wide you could fall into it. 4. The smirking face. The ultimate misunderstanding. The smirking face is pure chaos. It's the emoji that once meant smugness, then flirtation, then sarcasm, then something more suggestive, and now no one knows for sure. If you send this emoji, you're essentially starting a fire without knowing what fuel you poured on it. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. The smirk changes meaning instantly. Friends will assume you're roasting them. Coworkers will think you're being inappropriate. Strangers will think you're flirting, and family members, well, there's no safe outcome there. This emoji is a guaranteed misunderstanding generator. 3. The peeking face. The anxiety amplifier, this emoji is one of the newest and yet already one of the most confusing. The peeking face represents fear, curiosity, embarrassment, interest, or playful shame, all at the same time. If you send it, people don't know whether you're afraid, excited, hiding, or comforting yourself behind imaginary hands. It amplifies anxiety on both sides of the conversation. The person receiving it will immediately wonder, what happened? What did I miss? What did they see? Why this emoji? It sparks curiosity but also panic. It doesn't clarify emotions, it multiplies them. 2. The crying emoji. The emotional tornado. This emoji may look simple, but it has too many meanings to be safe. It can mean sadness, overwhelming joy, disbelief, exhaustion, extreme laughter, admiration, or emotional meltdown. People use it for everything, and because of that, nobody understands what it means anymore. You can send to react positively, negatively, ironically, or dramatically, and the receiver just has to guess. That guessing game creates endless confusion. It's emotional chaos wrapped in blue tears. 1. The grimace, the king of uncomfortable energy. There is no emoji more dangerous, unpredictable, or misinterpreted than the grimace face. This is the emoji of, oh, whoops, this is awkward. I regret everything. You shouldn't have said that. We're in trouble, and I don't want to be part of this conversation anymore. It represents discomfort, so perfectly that sending it almost guarantees the other person will feel uncomfortable too. It can turn a positive conversation negative instantly. Send it to respond to good news. It ruins the moment. Send it to something neutral. It makes it weird. Send it by mistake. You'll spend the next 20 minutes explaining yourself. The grimace face doesn't just communicate emotion, it transfers it. And that's why it's the #1 emoji you should absolutely never use unless you want to drop a silent bomb into the chat. Emojis are tiny symbols, but they carry massive weight. They shape tone, mood, and meaning in ways people rarely think about. Now that you know which emojis are the most dangerous, the only question left is, which one have you been accidentally using wrong this whole time?